Warren Buffett, you know the name. It's a legend in the world of finance. But behind all the folksy wisdom and the cherry cokes, there lies one of the most brilliant financial architects of our time. So this isn't going to be a story about hot stock tips or market predictions. Nope. This is about a blueprint, a meticulously designed system for creating wealth that has quietly, methodically outperformed the world for more than half a century.
And that's really the central question, isn't it? The puzzle that has fascinated everyone for decades. How does he do it? Is it just pure luck, raw, once-in-a-generation genius, or is it something else? Well, the answer isn't magic. It's a machine, and we're about to look right under the hood.
And this right here, this single idea is the cornerstone of his entire philosophy. In a world that is absolutely obsessed with speed, with instant gratification and frantic trading, Buffett's greatest weapon has always been time. This was never about quick wins. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think. It's about understanding that the market is literally designed to reward patience.
To really understand the man, we have to look past the famous nickname, the Oracle of Omaha, because what he built wasn't based on predicting the future at all.
And that is the crucial point. His success isn't some mystical art. It's brilliant engineering. It's a repeatable system, an architecture for allocating capital that anyone can study. You see, he didn't just find good investments, he built a machine to acquire them. And he's been running it flawlessly for over 50 years. The blueprint for this machine, well, it was drawn up decades ago. It started all the way back when he was just 11 years old, with the painful lesson of selling a stock way too early, teaching him the power of patience right from the get-go. Then it was formalized at 24, when he studied under the father of value investing himself, Benjamin Graham. And the foundation was finally laid at 32, when he took control of a failing textile company, an unlikely vessel named Berkshire Hathaway, that he would transform into his life's masterpiece.
But here's the thing. That initial blueprint wasn't perfect. It took a second architect, a lifelong partner, to truly complete the design and set Berkshire on its incredible path.
This was probably the single most important evolution in Buffett's entire way of thinking. His mentor, Ben Graham, had taught him to be a bargain hunter, to find what he called cigar butt companies. You know, these were mediocre businesses that were so cheap they had one last free puff of profit left in them. But his partner, Charlie Munger, came along with a revolutionary idea. What if you flipped the script? Stop buying fair businesses at a wonderful price. Instead, buy wonderful businesses at a fair price. That one little change, it unlocked everything.
And this is the perfect illustration of that new philosophy in action. See's Candies, it wasn't some statistical bargain, but Munger saw a wonderful business with an incredibly loyal brand. Buffett, he was hesitant at first. It didn't fit the old model, but he listened, and that single purchase has since delivered over $2 billion in value to Berkshire. It was the ultimate proof that quality was the new blueprint.
Okay, so with this powerful new philosophy, Buffett needed a way to fund these bigger, better acquisitions. And that brings us to the core of the machine, the engine that powers literally everything.
It's a concept called insurance float. And in Buffett's own words, it's just elegantly simple. Think about it. Insurance companies collect premiums from you and me today for accidents that might not happen for months or even years. That massive pool of money, the float, is money they hold that they can invest for their own benefit in the meantime.
And this wasn't some happy accident. It was a deliberate architectural choice. Back in 1967, Buffett bought a small insurer called National Indemnity. It was a pretty modest purchase, but it was the key that started the entire machine. It gave him access to a growing, permanent source of capital to fuel all of his future investments.
And the growth? I mean, just look at this. It's been absolutely staggering. From just $19 million back in 1967, that float has exploded to over $176 billion today. Just let that number sink in. This isn't just a pile of cash he has to pay back tomorrow. No, it's a massive, low-cost, and essentially permanent capital base that most investors can only dream of. It is the fuel for everything else.
So what does that mountain of capital actually do? Well, research shows it provides Berkshire with an average leverage of about 1.6 to 1. Now, in simple terms, that means for every dollar of Berkshire's own money, they have another 60 cents from this float to invest right alongside it. That is how you magnify your returns, quietly and consistently for decades.
And that's the true genius of the design. The float gives him the one thing he values more than anything else: patience. You know, like the legendary baseball hitter Ted Williams, who would wait for a pitch right in his sweet spot?
Buffett can just sit on cash and wait for the perfect investment opportunity to come along, without any pressure from outside investors breathing down his neck.
Okay, so he's got the patient capital. The next question is obvious. What does he buy with it? Well, he doesn't just buy any old company. He looks for a fortress, a business protected by what he famously calls an economic moat.
Think of it exactly like a castle. A great business is the castle, and the moat is its competitive advantage, protecting it from invaders who want to take its profits. The wider and more sustainable that moat is, the more interested Buffett is going to be.
Now these moats, they come in different forms. It could be a powerful brand like Coca-Cola that people just trust implicitly. It could be the network effect of American Express, where more users and more merchants make the network more valuable for everybody. Or it could be the high switching costs of something like Apple's ecosystem, which kind of keeps customers locked in.
And when you look at his biggest holdings, you see this exact principle in action. There's Apple, with its powerful brand and those high switching costs. There's American Express and its massive network effect. There's Coca-Cola's unparalleled brand power. You see, these aren't random stocks. Each and every one of them is a fortress. He doesn't diversify for the sake of it. He concentrates his biggest bets on the strongest castles he can find.
And this is exactly why he's so comfortable with that level of concentration. For Buffett, true risk isn't the market going up and down. It's investing in something you don't fundamentally understand. By focusing on businesses inside his circle of competence, he minimizes the only risk that really matters: the risk of losing your money for good.
So, when you put it all together, the mindset, the machine, and the method, you finally get the complete blueprint of an architect who built an empire that was designed to last.
So here it is, the blueprint, boiled down. First, think like you're buying the entire company, not just a little flickering stock ticker. Second, always demand a margin of safety, a discount to what the business is truly worth. Third, stay in your lane, stick to your circle of competence. And finally, the ultimate advantage: be patient and disciplined when everybody else is panicking.
But you know, the final chapter of this architect's story isn't about hoarding wealth. It's about giving it away. Having built one of the greatest financial machines in history, his ultimate plan is to dismantle his own personal fortune for the public good, cementing a legacy that goes so much further than just the stock market.
And that leaves us with one final, and I think crucial question. In our world of high-frequency trading, meme stocks, and a 24-hour news cycle screaming at us, does this patient, business-focused blueprint seem, well, a little outdated? Or in the middle of all that noise, is it precisely the anchor we all need?